One UI 6 based on Android 14 has been rolling out for Galaxy phones, and it offers a more refined experience in some areas, but in some areas too, it does make the updates feel a little bit rushed. So in this video, we are going to look at some of the new changes in One UI 6. Now let's start with the naming conventions of the Samsung apps. So in One UI 6, they say that the names of the Samsung apps have changed. It's no longer Samsung Gallery, Samsung Messages, Samsung Music. It's just Music Members, and just a way better naming conventions as compared to One UI 5 over here. You see there's Samsung Music, Samsung Notes, Samsung Max, Samsung Health. Yeah, so I think there's a way better way to name your apps instead of adding Samsung to everything. And one new feature they claim they added was a new system-wide font, but in my opinion, the fonts don't look different from that of One UI 5. It looks the same. But however, there's one little change that a lot of people, well, it's not a little change, it's a huge change that lots of people have been talking about. So when you swipe down, as you can see, there's this new notifications panel design. Now, there's been a lot of talk about whether it looks good or it's deviating from the conventional One UI design that we know about. So the whole concept of One UI is to make the phone easier to use with one hand. So I have One UI 5 here, so you can see all my quick settings are easier to reach in One UI 5, but that's not the case for One UI 6. You have this really new design that a lot of people are not familiar with. In my opinion, the design looks good. However, the use case was not very well implemented. If they had moved the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth to the bottom here where the smart view and device control is, that would make a lot of sense, because people use more of these Wi-Fi and Bluetooth features than they do use this smart view and device control. But hey, I think Samsung would do better with One UI 6.1. So let me know what you think about this whole new quick settings design. In my opinion, it makes the UI look very inconsistent. So since we're already here in the notifications quick settings, when you tap on the edit icon, there's a new option here called Quick Settings Instant Access. So what this basically does is it's more of the iPhone swipe gesture. So you pull down from the top right corner of the screen to access your full quick settings panel without notifications. So let me demonstrate here. When you swipe right, you can see all your quick settings toggles are here. And then when you swipe left, you have your notifications, right? So yeah, that was inspired by the iPhone from iOS. My favorite feature so far is the new music player widgets. So as you can see, there is new music player widgets. Let me just show you. There's this really cool animation that's when you're playing music. As you can see, there's this really cool animation when you're playing the music, and the album art takes up the whole widget as compared to One UI 5 that we have here. So let me just bring out One UI 5. So this is it. This is One UI 5. Comparing it side by side to One UI 6. I think the one on One UI 6 looks better than the one on One UI 5. One other new feature in One UI 6 has to do with the new camera widget, and this widget lets you jump directly into a camera mode. So you can just add this camera widget. You go to widgets, and then you scroll down and select custom camera, then you add it. So it brings you to this new mode. So as you can see, I already tried setting it up before. So I'm going to name this Pro mode, and then your starting mode. So I'm going to keep it on the rear, but you can change it to the front if you want. And I'm going to choose Pro mode. Then I go back and then save pictures and videos too. So you can have a separate album where you are going to save the pictures and videos too. And then you can also select a background for the widget. So I'm going to select an image. Which image should I use? Let's go to quick share and then pick this image. Then we save it, and then as you can see, there's this new widget on the home screen. So when you tap on it, it takes you straight into the camera mode that you selected during the setup, which I think is a very cool feature. You can easily jump into your favorite camera mode. If you like taking selfies, you just set it up to go straight into selfies when you open the widget. One other option that has to do with the camera is you can now change your megapixels directly from in the viewfinder. So as you can see, from 24 from 12 megapixels to 64 megapixels. And also when you come to the settings here and you go to advanced intelligence options, there's now quality optimization. And what this does, if you set it to minimum, it increases your shutter speed, so you're able to take pictures faster. So when you change it to minimum, you go back and I start. So as you can see, the shutter is much faster, but then if you change it back to maximum, you see that the shutter speed is a bit slower because it has to do some processing in the background. So in my opinion, I would like Samsung to edit my pictures for me because they do look good. But then if you don't want that, they can just keep it on minimum. Yeah, since you're already talking about pictures and other stuff, when you come to gallery, so now that you're in gallery, when you swipe up on the picture, you can see there's this new smart suggestion. So there's 24-hour time lapse, there's remaster, and there's object eraser. So since we are already here, let's test out the object eraser and see how it works. So it says tap or draw around anything you want to erase. So let me try erasing these people. Let's see how Samsung really works, if it can erase it very well. So we're going to select erase here. I think the picture was a little bit complex, but you have to say it really does a good job erasing it. So I'm sure if you have a much simpler picture with, you know, a little less going on in the background, the object eraser would work fine. So still in the picture edit mode, you can now copy edits from one picture and paste it onto another picture. I think this was also taken from iOS, but then we now have it here on Samsung. So when you feature in the gallery app too, has to do with the share sheet. So when you're sharing a picture, there's now this new option to add some finishing touches to your picture. So you can see this little icon here. When you tap on it, it's kind of remasters the picture for you. So yeah, I don't know if you notice the edits in the background, but You see, it does the edits for you so that you can send the picture, you know, it makes the picture look nice. So one other feature with the Samsung weather, so as you can see, there's a new dynamic widget. This One UI 6, this is One UI 5. There's not really much here to look at, but one thing I really like is this new design. It shows you when the sun is going to rise and when the sun is going to set. No one really cares about when the sun is going to rise and set, but at least I think this design looks really great as compared to the one on One UI 5. Another thing about One UI 6 is they finally taking out your account email from the settings. Yeah, so I think that's better because no one really likes to expose their email. And then the battery also has its own section. As compared to One UI 5, the battery was there with battery and device care bar. On One UI 6, the battery has its own section. And then since we are already in settings, when you go to security, I think there's a new option called auto blocker here. So what auto blocker does, it keeps your phone safe by blocking threats and other suspicious activities, blocks apps from unwanted sources, commands by USB cable and all that. Yeah, so it enhances the security of your device as well, which I think is a very good feature. Yeah, so that's it for this video. If I missed any One UI 6 feature, can you let me know in the comment section below? And then if you found this video information, if you find this video if you find this video informative, kindly leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video.